Okie dokie. All right. So I named this call. Obviously, it's Motivational Monday. And you guys, I like go through the weekend and I seriously like think about like everything that I would want to cover and talk about, going into the next week, because I always think that like, even if you have a really crappy weekend where you don't feel like you accomplished a whole lot of things, and maybe this is from where I used to work weekend nights, but I always felt like during the weekend, I always felt like I didn't get a whole lot of stuff. You can't hear anything? Can anybody else hear me? Yes, they can hear. So just check your volume, hun. There's a chance that sometimes the volume can get lowered somehow or something like that. But anyways, I'll look at the comments here in a minute. I can't look at them when I'm talking, or else I will just completely just keep on retracking and lose my place and all of the above, right? But anyways, I used to work weekends. And when I was working weekends, I always felt like coming into Monday, like it was always like implanted in my head, like it's a fresh start, fresh week. I've got a few days off. Like that's when I played my catch up. That's when I started my new week. So I kind of, since I came into this business, kind of had always had that mindset in this industry, I should say. Not even necessarily in this business, even though I was working full-time weekends during that time. So anyways, Mondays are a great day for like kind of resetting yourself and getting started and making a goal plan. And so I named it Back to the Basics, Accountability, What's Your Why, and Just Show Up. And the reason why I named it that is because my upline used to not ever show up. Whenever I was in my previous business, I did not have, leadership that led calls. I led calls. I did not have leadership that did online events. I did online events. I did not have leadership that, to be quite honest with you, encouraged me to set really high goals for myself. I'd say I was going for the top of the company, and they would say why they weren't going for the top of the company, but they were going for something else that always implied their idea was better. And to be honest with you guys, I didn't have a really I basically, if I wanted something for my team, I had to do it myself. So I had to learn how to take initiative. I had to learn how to, be resourceful. I had to learn how to really just kind of go and step out of my comfort zone and decide that I was going to learn things on my own. Because the reality of it is that no matter what company you're with, they have some sort of training in place, right? Some kind of basics at least. So basically, that's where I'm going to start with this. I'm going to start with this to tell you guys to, first of all, be the leader that you want to have. Be the leader that you want to have. You might have an incredible leader, okay? But what I'm telling you right now is that if you want to go far in this business and in this industry, you have to work every day. Like, first of all, you're your own boss, which means you actually have to get up and be accountable, right? You have to work every day to try to kind of get ahead. You're constantly going to want to try to learn something new. You're always going to be learning. And if you think like what you know now is all you're going to learn, that is so not going to happen. Not if you want to grow beyond where you're at. So wherever you want to go, you have to grow into it, right? And I'll tell you guys, it's a balancing game. It truly is. And I can tell you, like, the size of my team, some days I'm definitely overwhelmed, especially because sometimes I feel like I can't get to everybody. I can't talk to everybody. I can't recognize everybody. I can't shout everybody out. But I assure you, whenever we get on these kind of Zooms and so forth, I look around and I see faces. And you better believe that those are the people that I am seeing on Facebook, because when you're plugging in, that's when you grow. That is when you learn. That is when you get inspired. That's when you decide, you know what? I want to hear what she has to say. And maybe, just maybe, I will say something that inspires you and lights a fire.
What are you doing?
Okay, dokie. Mute. Hold on. Let me see. I got mute. if you're on your phone, if you guys could just mute your phone, that would be wonderful. Because we won't get very far in this Zoom if it keeps on coming unmuted at all. Okay, so I took notes. Look, I actually took lots of notes. See, my pretty fancy a hot mess notes. I was the girl in school where everybody was like, what the heck did you write? Because it's just like all over the place. So getting started. So one of the first things I say whenever you're getting started is, first of all, and this is just a suggestion, guys, please understand, and I know there's multiple different teams and people are going to teach differently. So if I ever say something that you've been taught differently, by all means, do it your way. I'm just going to tell you what I suggest and what I teach and what I recommend. And then, like I said, if somebody teaches you different, then that is totally okay. You can't hear her. You can only see. Can you guys hear me? Why do people keep on saying they can't hear me? I have no clue. You turn up your volume, hon. Somebody type in turn up your volume. Okay, I'm done looking at that. But anyways, okay, so the very first thing I tell somebody whenever they get started as a promoter, say I have a brand new promoter getting started with me, how would I teach them? What would I do? This is so key, guys. First of all, I want you to think back to when you started as a promoter. If you were added into like 3 chats and 3 groups and you had never done this industry before, would you not be overwhelmed? I would be super overwhelmed. I wouldn't even know where to start, okay? So when you get a new promoter started, my suggestion is to plug them into the most resourceful page that you have, that you are on. That may be an uplines, that might be like Lisa's page, it might be my page, whatever it is. Only plug them into one place. One. Do not add them to chats. I mean, if somebody's told you to add them to a chat, then add them to a chat if you want. I'm just telling you, again, what I do, okay? I do not add new promoters to a chat. I work with them one-on-one. What can I help you with your post? What is your goal? What do you want to accomplish? You know, I ask those kind of questions. So you want to make sure that your new promoter is plugged into you. Okay. Now, if that new promoter actually wants to work and the person they enrolled with doesn't, then that new promoter, those rules are going to kind of change a little bit. But I am suspecting that if you were on this Zoom, you actually want to work with a new promoter, right? So you want to see them succeed. You want to see them go VIP 800. So you work with them one-on-one, and you have to ask the questions, guys. And that's what I literally have as like the next thing on this list. So you want to plug them in. What are you going to tell them? Well, I know like on my team page, I have a pinned post or 2 announcement posts. One announcement post is like daily actions that you can take. And the other announcements post is a getting started guide. And it literally goes over get your free accounts, how to make a hundreds list, all of those things and above. I believe that is on Lisa's page, but if not, I will go and upload a file on that page. So if anybody looks and there's not one, a success guide in the file section on the Dream Team, Giselle, can you take a look for me and see if there is? And if there's not, then guys, I'll upload it on the Dream Team page because I shared this there. So I know a lot of you guys are from the Dream Team page and maybe not on my team page. And for that reason, I like to have it in the announcements post because that way, whenever they go to the page, all they have to do is click on those 2 things. I don't tell them to look at anything else. Just look at that success getting started guide because it's going to go over some basics. It's going to give them ideas and things to kind of like think about. It talks about how to talk to people. It talks about how to create relationships with people, daily actions. And then, like I said, I always tag them in both of those. I tell them, I'm adding you to our team page. There's tons of resources. You can search on the page. Write that down. You can search on the page. This is for you all. You can search on the page. I love you. Love you. But for real, you can search on the page and you want to teach that, guys, to your new promoters that they can go and they can search, right? Oh, Giselle, you're texting me and my computer's all beeping. But no, for real, you can search on the page. So you want to tell them right from the get-go, they can search on the page, right? You want to tell them that there's some videos that they can click, and there's some videos in Lisa's page, there's some videos in my team page. It's all Lisa's videos, okay? Or you can tell them to go check out Cloud Office and watch the videos. However, the most immediate thing that you need to help them with is, are they going to order an upgrade kit? The answer is two answers, guys. It's either, yes, I'm going to place an upgrade order and this is what I'm going to get, or no, I don't have any money to place an upgrade order. So then your reply is going to be, okay, I'm going to show you how you're going to sell some minis and you're going to get an upgrade kit here within the end of the week. You're going to be placing an order. So we are going to be very aggressive with sharing what Thrive can do to help your friends and family. And we are going to share testimonies. We are going to, get people excited. We're going to share how excited we are because we are going to make a plan to place an order. Say they join on Monday, they're going to place an order by Friday. So that gives them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to pre-sell an upgrade kit. I don't care if they get a $200 upgrade kit. I don't care if they get a $100 upgrade kit and get a pack of DFTs. I don't care if they get a $400 upgrade kit. You want to get them in the mindset that they can accomplish this, and then you are going to walk them through it. So there's only two choices there. They're either A, going to start the business and they're going to order an upgrade kit and get 3-day minis so that they can turn around and dispense to people and they can themselves use the product, or they are going to order an upgrade. Okay? They are going to order an upgrade. Like, you guys have to speak it into existence, because if you tell everybody they can join for free, but they don't have to work, you're setting them up to fail. You're setting them up to fail, guys, because nobody is going to make money without working. Everybody has to work. They can join for free, but then it's time to get to work. Once they hit that promoter button, it's time to get to work. Now, they might very well not want to do this. They hit the promoter button, but they don't want to do the work. What are you to do? Nothing. Tell them when they're ready to work, you want to help them. They can't complain to you that they're not making money. They can't complain to you that they can't afford the products. They can't complain to you all that stuff because they weren't willing to learn. They weren't willing to find out how they could get the products for free. They weren't willing to try to work their business, okay? So first of all, I have a rule of thumb. I actually do not sign free promoters unless they agree going into it that they are going to work to try to get an upgrader kit. Okay, so that is just my rule. I'm not saying I sign free promoters all the time. It's just I have that conversation before they actually sign. Okay, so please don't take it as I don't sign free promoters. 100% I sign free promoters, but I want to have a plan in place before they hit that go button. Okay. And you guys, when you teach people, I might not sign a lot of people all the time. I might not be a mass recruiter, but I can tell you I don't waste my time with people that never wanted to work this business in the first place. And you shouldn't either. Okay, you should be able to spend your time with people that want your time, with influencing people, by helping people, by making new friends, by interacting with people, by working with your team that wants to work with you. I hear it over and over and over again. How can I motivate my team? You can't. You can't motivate your team, guys. You can inspire them by what you do, by you showing up. You know, if you had a team chat and nobody ever comments in it, nobody ever talks in it, go in there and pop in and post something inspirational and say, who wants to work with me? Who wants to finish this month strong? The people that say yes, you grab them and you work with them. And you challenge each other every single day. You have to make it a point. So that new promoter getting started, what are you going to do? You are going to plug them into a team page, the most active team page, okay? You're not going to put them in a chat, but you're going to find out those questions. You're going to ask them why. I mean, they should be telling you before they even get started. Why do they want to do this business? What do they want to accomplish with this business? You guys, if you're not asking these questions and you're just signing somebody because they say, I want to make money. A lot of people want to make money. I mean, everybody wants to make money. But I mean, some people never show up for a job, right? I'm just trying to help eliminate your frustration. So you want to help them through. What is your first promoter post? Talk about being excited. Talk about why you want to try these products, why you're excited to get started with these products. Talk about why you're excited to make this extra money. Talk about how you can't wait to get this for free next month on the 2nd, because you are talking and speaking it into existence that you are going to have your 2 free customer or your 2 customers that are ordering by the end of the month, and you are going to be getting free credits on the 2nd of the month so that you can thrive for free. And when you're talking about you thriving for free, talk about the fact you want to help other people thrive for free, guys. And then when somebody says, I don't have money to get started, as a customer or a promoter, you say, are you willing to learn how you can get it for free? It's that simple. And when you sign, I get people that say this too. My customers, they want to thrive for free, but they won't post. Well, tough shit for them. Excuse my language. But if they're not willing to work with you, why should you do all the extra work? No. Listen, if my customer will share how they're feeling, even if it's just, holy crap, I slept so good last night. Thank you, Amanda, for, introducing me to, rest or whatever, right? They don't even have to post a picture. They just have to post a status. Like, I slept so good last night. Thanks, Amanda Arnett. Tag me. Then every single person that comments, guys, on that post, I'm going to comment, and I'm going to say, hey girl, I'm friends with blah, 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 blah. I'm the one that helped her with it, because they commented and said, what are you doing? I want sleep. And I say, hey girl, is it okay if I message you so-and-so's referral link? You guys, it is as easy as logging into Cloud. What is my customer's username? I'm just going to say Amanda Arnett. That's the customer, okay? Amanda Arnett .lavelle.com. Or I like to use the Thrive 2.0, Amanda Arnett .thrive2.0.com, okay? So I'm going to say, hey girl, is it okay if I shoot you a message and give you so-and-so's link? I don't even have to say I'm going to give them the link, okay? I can say, is it okay if I message you and I'll tell you what I recommended to so-and-so so that she, you're her referral. Then when they say yes, I do 2 things. And this is how you're going to increase your friends by people that want to talk to you, and how you're going to increase your free customer accounts, and how you're going to increase the probability of helping your customer thrive for free, or your new promoter thrive for free. You can do the same thing for your new promoters, guys. You can help them walk through this, okay? So somebody comments, I ask them, is it okay if I message you for so-and-so about what so-and-so got? Yes. Okay. The moment they say yes, I do 2 things. I click friend request to the person. I say, okay, I'm going to friend you. I tell them, like, I'm going to friend you so that it doesn't go to your other folder. Okay, girl. That's what you get almost every single time. Okay. So I friend them and I shoot them a message. And I say, hey girl, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to use, Amanda loved that rest, and so many other people love it too. If you have a personal experience with it, you can kind of share whatever. You say, listen, if you are thinking about giving this a try, I have $10 in free product credits. You guys, you have to learn to utilize your free product credits. If you don't have $10, that's fine. You can say, you know what, I want to help you get it for free next month too. So if you're willing to listen, and hear me out, I can show you how you can get it for free, just like I want to help, Amanda get hers for free. All right. And normally just keep it short and sweet and to the point. I like to send voice messages sometimes just because if I type some of all of this out, it'll look like really long and lengthy, and sometimes people won't read it. But if you send a voice message, a lot of times they'll listen to it, and then they're more likely to respond. Sometimes they'll just respond in text, but sometimes they'll respond in voice messages back, right? But anyways, then I asked them, I'm like, hey, is it okay if I send you Amanda's referral link so that you can take a look at the ingredients and exactly what all it does? It's going to share way more than I could ever explain in a text. Did you hear that? I don't ever get asked, guys, what's in products, and I never get asked how it works. Do you want to know why? Because I direct my customers directly to the website so they can look at that stuff themselves. I never get asked what is in the product or how it works because I immediately direct them to the website and tell them exactly how to find it. Any green on the planet would rather read it from the website. You better believe it than listen to me. They're not going to believe me. They want to see that in fine print, baby. Okay? So just send them on over. Tell them that you want to set up a free profile, a customer profile, whatever. It doesn't cost them anything. All you need is an email, but you want to make sure that they got signed up, right? And then once you do that, you get started talking to them and so forth. And they can't maybe order today. Maybe they don't have any money in their bank. So you say, all right, girl, I know you need this. You're telling me what all's going on. I normally will reconfirm something that they said in the conversation so they know I was listening. Maybe they said, I've only been sleeping 2 to 3 hours a night. That was me. That was me. Okay. So I'm going to say, girl, we got to get you stopped sleeping 2 to 3 hours a night and get you some rest. You need to get some, I'm sleeping 6 to 7 hours now. So when do you think that you're going to want to go ahead and take the plunge and actually start sleeping again? And normally, guys, when you can repeat something that they told you why they want to use the product, why they want to get started in the business, why they want to use the product, when you repeat that to them, they remember why they want to try it. When you follow up with them, go back and read your old conversations, guys. Don't send them a generic message. You want to increase your close? You increase it by actually knowing what the heck you're following up about. Why are they joining? Take notes, keep track of that stuff. And I promise you, you will close them and you will help your customers thrive for free. So here's the thing. When a new promoter gets started, I'm sorry, I'm talking in circles, but one thing leads into the next. And if you can help them actually get 2 customers, then you've already helped them thrive for free. You've already helped them complete 2 steps out of the VIP 800. And next thing is teaching them how to share about the opportunity, right? But the thing is that if you're telling them to share your excitement and what your goals are, and you're telling them to, that you'll help them, have them screenshot their conversations when they're talking to somebody. Okay, there's a fly that came in. Have them screenshots the conversations that they're having with somebody. And, that's going to help them build their confidence. All right. Don't be afraid to say, listen, if you need me in a 3-way chat, I will gladly do it. All you have to do is add me and the other person, introduce me, and I'll take over the rest. Okay. And then you can also tell them to screenshot. Some people prefer to do that. So, okay. So team page, your sponsor or the sponsor, and don't add to the team chat. The next thing is the excitement, the testimonies. You want to make sure they know where can they get testimonies from, because they're just getting started. And if they don't have product the day that they sign up, they need to have some testimonies from somewhere. So you want to tell them, on the Lavelle fan page, our customers send in testimonies, promoters send in testimonies. Just go there, grab some testimonies and share them. They can copy them and take the picture. They can share them directly, whatever they want to do. You're going to hear different things about it. For me personally, I can tell you, I kind of do a mix of an actual share from the fan page, but sometimes I copy it and paste it and change it up a little bit. Normally, I like to always add text in, and I don't normally always share the entire story, and I always do cut out the last name if I am copying and pasting it, just so you know. And the reason why I copy and I delete the last name is just because I don't want them looking up that promoter and trying to sign with them. I want them to sign with me. Don't lose yourself while trying to grow your business. That is my next tip. You want to know why? Because it can get really, really easy, guys, to just start posting all about Lavelle. And then you lose your relatability factor because your friends are like, you've changed. How do I know? Because I totally did it. You guys, if I showed you my post from like 5.5 years ago or 5 years ago today, it was like spam, 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 spam. I mean, I lost so many friends. It was like ridiculous. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I'm about ready to pull up my thing right now just to prove to you. Yeah, I'm totally doing that. But the reality of it is, and the reason why is because we are so excited and we're anxious to get this done, and we're trying to get these bonuses, or we're trying to get the fast starts. It's easy when there's a sale happening or there's some kind of deadline to just throw up all over people, right? But what you're going to learn is that it's super duper ineffective. Okay. Yeah, see, spammy, 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 spammy. Look, every post, guys, every post is all business. Every single one of them on my memories. Now, as you start going through the years, you start to notice a shift in the kind of post I have, and you start to notice me kind of starting to share more about the journey and share more about how something helped me or my excitement of trying it or whatever, right? But you absolutely 100% need to make sure that you are posting at least 3 posts to every one of your business or product posts, to be honest with you. If you're posting multiple times a day about your business, then I would say make sure that you're posting it at times that it's going to be most relevant for you. For me, if I'm going to post on Facebook, I know that there's certain times of the day, like 9 o'clock at night has always been a really good hot time for me. I get a lot of interaction on 9 o'clock posts. Of course, when I'm live or in a Zoom or something, it doesn't really, it's not that beneficial. Right when at lunchtime, first thing in the morning, a lot of times right after dinner, that's when you're going to pick up a lot more traction. So those are the times, the day that I suggest to post, especially the mornings for, you getting started, taking your capsules, doing your lifestyle mix and so forth. That's a great time to go live. I would scare off people and they wouldn't join me if I went live. So I'll just stick to my nighttime stuff because that's what works for me. Plus, my crazy comes out a little bit. So you want to share testimonies and stories about how you feel, and you don't want to throw up on people. The VIP, like I said, you want to let them know about the VIP 800, and you want to ask them, do you want to achieve this? Yes or no? If you want to achieve it, then this is what has to get done. You guys, I had a girl, and she has joined me, let's see, as a customer, and then she ordered as a customer multiple times, and then she finally hit the promoter button, and she was really said that she needed this VIP bonus. She got her 1 customer and 1 promoter, and then she met a boy, and she fell off the planet Earth. But she really wanted it until the day she met the boy. I can't do anything about that. Okay? So here's the thing. What do you do when your team just doesn't do it? They just don't do it. You still love them. Like if she messaged me today and said, okay, man, I want to work my business. Okay, let's do this. I'm always there for my team, but I can't make them. I can't make them get on Zooms. I can't make them plug into the team pages. I can't make them post. I can't make them be excited. I can't make them read or personally develop. I can't make them do any of those things. All I can do is show them that I'm going to show up, and I'm going to continue to show up. I'm going to continue to lead. I'm going to continue to grow a business. I'm going to continue to sign customers. I'm going to continue to sign promoters, and they're going to kick themselves when some of those promoters that sign way after them decide that they're going to take this business serious and run with it, right? So the reality of it is, guys, oh yeah, and that's another thing too. Don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20, okay? If somebody comes from another company, guys, let me just give you the heads up and tell you they probably have a network, because in that previous company, they probably were building a network. If somebody works in a salon, or they work in some kind of job where they have clientele that specifically go to them, chances are they already have a network, especially realtors, things like that. A lot of times they are already out there networking for a living, okay? And by the way, those are excellent people to prospect. Those are excellent people to want on your business, because for one, they are used to working for themselves. They are used to setting their own hours. They are used to getting to the grind and hustle, and they have a network. So just think about that. People that are self-employed already, self-employed jobs, hairdressers, people that, sell things, sell cars, sell houses, any of that kind of stuff, landscapers, anything. They talk to people all the time, guys, and they literally already have a clientele, so they already have a following of some sort. Even if it's not on social media, they talk to people, right, all the time. So what do you want to do? You have to share in order to get these. Oh yeah, the VIP 800, VIP 1600. A lot of times I hear people say, they'll come to me and they'll say, Amanda, I don't know what I am doing wrong in my business. I have been posting, I have been sharing, but I am not signing anybody. Nobody will buy a mini from me. Okay. So what do I say to those people? I think it's important for you guys to know what I say to those people, because you're going to get that a lot. Let me just tell you, you're going to get that a lot. Okay. You're going to get that a lot. So what do I tell to those people? I say, would it be okay if I take a look at your Facebook? And then I go and look at their Facebook, and I can tell a lot of things by just looking at your Facebook. First of all, if you're not building primarily on social media, I'm going to ask you that too. I'm going to say, how are you primarily building your business? That's the first question, actually. And if they say on social media, on Facebook, whatever, then I say, can I go ahead and take a look at your Facebook? Yes. Okay. I can tell a couple things by somebody's Facebook instantly by taking a look at it. One, if you have no likes or comments on any of your posts, you are not interacting at all. If you have no likes or comments on any of your posts, all you are doing is posting, and you are not spending time loving and commenting on anybody else's stuff. So you better get to work if you want it to work for you. Okay? Next, if all I see are shared posts about Johnny the John man, or I don't even know what I'm talking about. I totally just made that up. I don't know. If all I see are shared posts about like different games and shows and whatever, then I'm going to say you need to quit playing on Facebook. I mean, I'm going to say that because they're asking me for help. They're asking me for advice. So if they want advice, then I feel like I should be able to give that to them. Right? If I go to their Facebook and all they are doing is throwing up on their Facebook, I'm going to ask them if they watch their training. Because even in the training videos, like nobody's going to tell you that you need to throw up all over your Facebook. People just instantly do that, right? So I'm going to tell them like, listen, I don't know anything about you by going to your Facebook. Nothing. People should know you guys. When they go to your Facebook, they should be able to identify things about you. If you went to my Facebook right now, I can tell you this is what you're going to get. First of all, you have a smiley, happy picture of me. So you know who I am when you go to my page. If you don't have a picture of yourself, then people don't know you. They can't associate who you are. And that lacks relationships, guys. You're not going to have a relationship with like a Power Ranger. And some people have that as like a profile picture, right? You're not going to have a Power Ranger like promoter. Like you're not going to relate to them, right? People like smiles. So put a smile on your face, right? It's not the place for the bitch look either. Like, don't do that. I'm just joking with you. But you want to have a warm, inviting picture. When you go to my profile right now, I have a quote. I don't even have like this big description. I see all you guys with these fancy things, and I think it's super cute. I'm just not super creative when it comes to that kind of stuff. So when you go to my page, you're going to see a quote by Les Brown because I love it, right? I love it. So it's positive and it's encouraging. So people feel welcomed to talk to me. Next, you're going to see that I have photos in my highlight section on my Facebook profile. And it's my kids, in 2 different sections, my oldest daughter, my youngest daughter, and then there's team photos and friends and us doing stuff. And it's fun. It looks fun and inviting, right? And it's organized. It's not sloppy. It's good pictures. And I took the time to put them in frames so that they look nice and whatever, right? So then you're going to scroll down my page and you're going to know that I have a daughter who is struggling a little bit when it comes to spelling words. And so it's going to kind of fill you in. It's going to make you feel like I'm a human being, right? Because I actually share stuff going on in my life. Maybe I'm at soccer practice. Maybe I'm picking her up from school. So you know I'm a mom. That is something that is part of my identity and will always be part of my identity. And no, I will not answer your message or call in the middle of me picking my kids up or doing homework with them. That is just not going to happen. All right. So people know that. And guys, people respect that. I don't care about getting back to somebody the second they message me, because if I'm doing something with my kids, they come first. And that's what I want to teach them, right? I want you to know, like, you can put your phone down. You can go have a weekend with your family. This is your business to do what you want with it. But don't come Monday and ask why your business isn't growing if you just took like the hot weekend off, right? And you're not doing anything. That's why your business isn't like growing the way that you want it to. But at the same time, you have the right to do that. You better believe when I was on a cruise last year, I wasn't on the phone all day, every day. Like, that's just not how it works. I mean, you know, I listen, I see people like they're giving birth and they're having babies and they're still working their business. Not a single one of these baby mamas that just had these babies have asked me, why is my business not growing? You want to know why? Because they actually are working their businesses. Like, still. Amanda Boswell, I see her laying there right now with the baby on her belly. Like, seriously, guys, that like is a choice. It's a choice that she chose to make. All right. So this can be done. I'm not saying that she's got to be on here. She could have checked the recording. I wouldn't think any differently if she checked the recording or she lay there right now. No different. So if you can't get on like Zooms and things like that, whenever like, you know, they're actually happening, try to check the live or try to check the recording. And if you don't have that, so what? Like, you know, there's going to be other calls. There's going to be other Zooms. There's going to be other stuff. Don't beat yourself up about stuff that you can't make it to, but also remind yourself that you need to plug in. You need to learn, right? So I get excited when I start talking about that stuff. What else are you going to know when you look at my page? I don't even know what all I posted today. I think I posted a motivational Monday type of thing. I definitely posted about, hold on, I'll just call myself out. Hold on. Because I know I worked. I know I posted. So, okay. Oh, yeah. So my quote is, too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living in our fears. It's a good quote. I love it. I posted question for those that have kids in around 3rd grade. So that's a relatability factor. I did a live today about being real and being fake, because honestly, guys, I will never be the picture perfect, like, stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, some of my pictures are bomb. Okay. Like, some of them are bomb, but you will always see a messy side of me. And that's okay. Like, there's a time and a place, but at least it seems real, right? It's not something that's just all duplicatable. And then I posted something that was this morning, and that's all I've really posted today, guys. I spent more time, you know, talking on Instagram and so forth. Yesterday, I posted about eyebrow threading. I posted a picture of me and my kids. Asked for suggestions, talked about, you know, something I was going to do on Sunday, wish Jamie Pekka happy birthday. So what am I showing? I'm showing friendships. I'm showing that I love fall decor. I'm showing positivity. I'm showing that I'm a mom. I'm showing that I'm consistent, that I'm present, that I'm here, that I want to go live, that I want to share stuff. So you get the point here, guys. If you don't allow people to get to know you, then you're lacking the relationship side of it, and they're less likely to be interactive with you. So they're less likely to see your post before and afters, and you sharing testimonies and so forth, right? So one thing I do lack, and I'll be straight up, is that I do not throw up a lot of pictures on my Facebook. I normally do every other day or so, put before and after pictures, but I don't throw them up on my Facebook wall. However, in my Facebook stories and my Instagram stories, that is another case, right? That is another case. That is where I throw up sometimes. That is where I put more promos. That is where you're going to see more stuff happening. Now, I've been spending a lot more time on Instagram. I've also been spending a lot more time on growing my network in some other different ways. Again, like I said, don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20, because I'm on like book 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 right now. Okay. Like, just being real. Like, I have hit my friend limit, deleted friends. I cannot really accept many more friends at all. And that bothers me because I don't ever like to turn anybody away, but I have to allow them to just follow because I need to make room on people that I'm talking to and making new relationships with. You want to teach them to do three-way chats, the benefits of three-way chats, three-way calls. You always want to teach new promoters and yourself to anytime you are sending out a 3-day mini, anytime, if somebody is on an online event, I will not send, if somebody wins something on an online event, I will not send out a 3-day mini until they have their free customer account signed up with the person that invited them to the event. Like, I want a screenshot. If they're not in my downline, I want a screenshot and I want to see it that you signed up with a free customer account. Period. End of story. I won't send out a 3-day mini without a free customer account, and you shouldn't either, because you are just feeding to somebody that's not going to order from you. So I always talk about that. And also, guys, I won't send out 3-day minis to people that aren't even planning on trying to use the product. They can spend $25, but I mean, if they don't have any intention to use the product afterwards or try to learn how to get it for free, then I mean, why are you sending them out a mini for them to try 3 days of feeling good? Think about that. Be intentional. People trust you. So you want to make a list, and you want to teach your new promoters and yourself to make a list. And on that list, you want to go down through and you want to think about it. You want to say, okay, who are the people that I see that could really use this product? And you might be like, I don't know. Well, guys, think about the leaders that are on this team. Think about your friends that, like, seriously, I want you to think about it. Okay, who would be my target audience? And target audience is something that you're going to hear over and over and over and over and over again over the years, if you plan on staying in this industry. And target audience are people that would be most likely to want your product or to try your opportunity. For me, my target audience, because I am a mom, is moms. Moms that have kids that are in elementary school, moms that have kids that are in sports, moms that have teenage daughters, moms. Moms are my target audience. Nurses were my target audience, except for I no longer am practicing nursing. I'm still a registered nurse. I'm still licensed in my state, but I don't have that relatability factor because I'm not posting about working midnight shift and not sleeping and how I didn't pee today anymore, okay? Because I pee whenever I want to pee now, right? Nobody tells me I can't. But I actually have time to. So my target audience are people that are also very active on social media. So I want people that are influencers and people that want to share their life, people that inspire me. So what does that mean? They inspire me. Does that mean they're always posting about rainbows and sunshine and butterflies? No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is people that inspire me. It might be somebody that is doing something that I want to accomplish. Like, there's this girl that's on Facebook, and she's actually in a different company. However, I still want to build a relationship with that girl. I have no intentions of trying to recruit her or have her order my products or anything like that, However, I am inspired by her. I am inspired by what she is doing and how she is growing her business and the things that she teaches and so forth. So I'm friends with her and I follow her. I comment on her stuff. I want to get to know her because guess what, guys? One day, if she's no longer happy, who do you think she would want to join? The person that she built a relationship with. Okay. So she might not even be somebody that she might never join me, but she may down the road. You never know. A lot of the leaders that are on my team that are like, I mean, pretty much every rank, but a lot of the leaders, honestly, yes, they did come and join me and they were sidelines to me in my previous business. Why did they decide to join me? Because they had gotten to know me. Right? Me as a person, not me as Amanda as like a promoter of whatever. They had got to know me and felt comfortable talking to me, working with me. They saw me hustling. You guys, I think any one of you would say that you wanted to join somebody that you knew would be serious about the business, there to help you when you had a question, somebody that actually worked their business on a daily basis, somebody that wanted to help other people. And I fit that criteria for people because, I mean, all you have to do is look on my team page, message me, look on my Facebook, look on my Instagram, and you are going to see me active every single day. Some days I'm more than others, but every single day I am working and I am putting forth what I want to create in my life and in other people's lives. So you want to be what you want to attract, right? So if you want serious people, you have to be serious. If you want kind of people to half-ass it, then you have to ask yourself, like, are you kind of half-assing it? You're going to attract what it is you're doing. If you're not excited, you're not going to attract people. I hate to tell you that, but you are not. If you are only posting I see people post, I need this. I need 2 people to order from me. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You're basically telling somebody, I need you to give me $150. Let's say that out loud again. Quit. Quit. Guys, offer people a solution, okay? And then show them how they can accomplish it. Okay, so people who trust you, who needs it, who wants the business, you have to talk about the goals and things like that, guys, or people are not going to know it. The next thing is really just being there for follow-up and so forth. So I don't put anything else on getting started because I think, within the first week or so, you're going to know if somebody getting started or you yourself are actually doing these steps. So I'm going to ask you guys, how many of you guys share, stories? How many of you guys are using the products? How many of you guys are thriving for free? How many of you guys are aiming to go VIP 800, VIP 1600, every week, every month, every 2 weeks or whatever? If you aren't, why not? You have to be accountable for your own business. You have to decide that you are going to show up because you want this to succeed. You have to decide that what is the difference between you and anybody else? There is zero difference between you and me. Zero. Except for I just keep on working. I don't stop when somebody quits. I don't stop when somebody tells me no. I don't stop when nobody's joining me. You guys, I have signed 2 customers this month and no promoters. No new promoters, but I still got my fast start bonuses because old promoters decided to order. Okay? So what does that tell you? Is Amanda not working? Amanda's definitely working. However, Amanda has been focused on a couple of different areas. So I haven't worked my follow-up like I should. I haven't put as many before and after pictures or shared testimonies like I should. So what is Amanda doing? Amanda needs to get some 3-day minis out like massively, like ASAP now. Remind me to tell Carrie that because I need to get on the ball and get some minis out this week. Why? Because listen, if I get minis out, so Carrie said something the other day, and it totally hit me. It might have been in a post. I'm not sure. But on Fridays, people get paid. So when you're following up, that's a good time for you to offer minis. That's a good time for you to want to sign up people. But also, if you get minis out before Friday and whatever, then on Friday, if they're feeling really, really awesome, you can normally get them to go ahead and hit that I'm going to place the order button, right? Before they have their money spent. So anyways, I'm going to be getting minis out. That's going to be a goal of mine. And that is what I'm going to be working on. Your accountability and your why. Oh, guys, your why. Your why, I hear a lot of people say my why is my kids. Well, my kids are my why too. You got to dig deeper. You have to dig deeper, guys. It cannot just be my kids. Okay? I know this sounds extreme, but I want you to think of it like this. If you're saying your why is your kids, if your kids were kidnapped today and you had to have $1,320 by Tuesday to get them, like, seriously. I mean, I went there. I totally said this. Like, if your kids were kidnapped, if your kids are your why, and you had to have that $1,320 by Tuesday in order to save your kids, to get your kids home, how hard would you work for it? If you had no food in your house and you were guaranteed by doing X, Y, and Z on Tuesday, your water was going to be shut off. If your water was going to get shut off and you were going to get evicted from your house, how hard would you work for it? You'd work hard. You would work really hard, right? You wouldn't care if people told you no. You wouldn't care rejection. You wouldn't care any of that stuff. So quit allowing rejection to stop you get to where you're going to, guys. I mean, I know I did an extreme with like your kids being kidnapped or the water being shut off, but if your kids are what your goal is, then start thinking about the fact that you want to provide them a future, that you want to have them a college savings account, that you want to, think about their future. Maria, a lot of people wonder, guys, what do leaders do when they make a lot of money? Maria was announced as an 8-figure earner at conference. And you want to know what she does? She has 4 kids. And she went and she created a college fund for each of them to go 4 years of college. And then she took it the next level. And she did it as if each one of those kids was going to have 4 kids and created a college fund for those 4 kids that aren't existent because all of her kids are still in school. I think her oldest daughter's a senior she just started college. Isn't that crazy? That's incredible. Like, I want that. You start thinking about the future in the long term. You start thinking, like, right now I'm in the process of, okay, like, I need to do some more investments for my future, like retirement, my IRA, 401ks. I need to increase the amount of money I'm putting into those things because I'm starting to really kind of channel in those long terms. But you're not thinking of that yet. When it comes to this business. I mean, you're thinking about that in the future, but what you want is you want to start thinking about, little things along the way. So when I first got started in this industry, I'll just tell you, because this will help you kind of figure out what your why is. All right. So when I got started, I was working full-time as a nurse at one hospital, and I was working per diem at another hospital. My husband was working full-time. The only time I saw him was in passing. I would be getting off from work. He would be going to work, and we would see each other for like an hour or two, maybe, before I went to work. Okay. I wasn't seeing my kids a whole lot, and I was always exhausted, tired, and it was like always rushed, and I couldn't enjoy life. So my why when I got started in this industry was to make the money back from what I just spent on my upgrade kit that I had ordered. So that was my first why. That was my first goal. Let me make the money back that I just spent. My next goal was, let me make like $300 extra a month. Because if I make that $300-$400 extra a month, I can quit my per diem job because it's enough extra money coming into my house that I won't have to pick up those extra shifts. Okay. So that was my why, because it was time with my kids. It was time with my husband. You have to attach your goal with something. All right. So what your why is, attach a goal to it. So for me, it was $300 or $400. I can leave this per diem job. And I knew that I would have to keep on working the business in order to do it. I also found out what rank roughly that was equivalent to. Okay. So then the next thing was, I really would like to go part-time at my job. So once I accomplished one thing, I moved on to the next thing. And a funny thing happened about 2.5, 3 months into my first business. I was sitting there like, okay, I had done parties, I had done events, I had signed up for Working Women's Wednesday. I had done all these things that I never said I was never going to do, but I had done them. I'd posted all over my Facebook. I'd spammed the crap out of everything. I created a business page. I legit did everything because I was trying to learn, right? I was trying everything everybody was telling me. Much like the people that are in the Destination to 12K, you basically have gotten a lesson of the last 5.5 years of everything that I have tried at some point or another. All right. All in 1 month. And that's a lot. It is. But at the same time, I wish that I wish there would have been something like that back whenever I got started 5.5 years ago. But I was just basically doing what I saw other people doing. And I was like, okay, well, I need to find an event. I need to join vendor pages in my area so I can see when somebody's got something coming up and I can, sign up for it and get in front of people. And I would do the mall bazaars for Christmas and for wedding season and so forth, because obviously brides are trying to get healthy and fit and all of those things. So anyways, my next why, like I said, was for me to be able to leave my job or go part-time. And so I made that decision in like August of 2013. I made that decision that that's what my next goal was. You guys, I knew that it wasn't going to be overnight. I knew that I needed to make my income times like 2, 3, 4 before I would leave my job. All right. And I wasn't planning on leaving it completely, but I was planning on leaving it and staying casual and still picking up a couple extra days, through the month or whatever. But I knew that I could pick up more if I needed it. But I wanted to make sure that if I left my job, that I was making more than what I was, plus what my tax money would be, plus have extra budge money just in case, like, the ups and downs or whatever in the business. So I worked really hard and I got really focused, and that's what I set my goal as. Somebody said there's conference in Florida in January. So I said, okay, I'm going to order my ticket. So I ordered my ticket. I didn't have the money to order it, but I came up with a game plan. And again, like I said, you have to have your goal attached to your why and you have to set it out. So what did I do? I didn't have the money. They had a payment plan. So I made my first payment. The other 3 payments came out over the next couple months. I had to keep on working my business so that I had enough money to hit those payment plans. Then it was, okay, I need to fly. I've never flown before. Oh my God, I'm going to have to fly. I need to get a ticket. So I looked up how much a ticket was going to cost me. And then I divided it up and I saved enough money. And I said, okay, if I sell enough wraps or whatever, because I sold wraps, it would be 3-day minis. If I sold, 8 wraps, I could get my kit. So I have between now and 4 months from now to get this ticket, and it's $200. And okay, so I need to sell 2 wraps a week. Okay. That's basically like how I broke it down. And then it was, okay, I need to be able to have enough money for the hotel. So basically I just kept on going. And you know what? Something around Christmas time hit me and it could have stopped me in my business. Want to know what it was? There was a promotion that came out, and it was get get 4 customers and get 3 promoters and get each one of those promoters fast start qualified, which each one of them had to get 2 customers. And if you did all of that by a certain date, you would get a $500 bonus on like December 15th or something like that. And I really needed that money for Christmas, and I really needed that money to help me with my business. Somebody returned their stuff. And even though I qualified for it because somebody returned their stuff before the payout, I didn't get that bonus. It was a huge smack in the face. It was a huge letdown. It was a huge, it could have been something that totally deterred me from my track, but I pulled up my big girl panties and I got to selling some damn wraps because I still needed money. And I showed up at that conference center and I had somebody in there sitting on that stage, and they were what would be equivalent to, I guess, a 4K here. The year before, they were a 4K, and they were talking about how they sat in the audience the year before. And here they were, guys, in the top 100 money earners, and they had people on their team that were in the top of the company, and that's how much their business had changed in a year. And I thought, wow. Not only was I overwhelmed by the people in that room, but I thought, wow. And it just fueled my fire that I came home and I told my husband, I am going to be leaving my job before summer. I am going to get to enjoy my first summer with my kids that I have ever had. I need to work a lot. And that is what I told him. I need to work a lot, and I need you to believe in me, and I need you to support me. And I know that I sound crazy right now, but I want this. I want to achieve this so that I can still pick up hours if I need them at the hospital, but I want to come home. And I did. I came home. And then I made a goal that I wanted to work my ass off and get him home. And then I made a goal that I wanted to be able to provide for my dad. And then now when I joined this company, for those that know my story, after my dad died, like basically everything crashed. I hit a bad depression. My previous business it crumbled. I won't get into details, but I was back to working full time. I was back to dealing with a lot of financial problems that I really needed to fix. So my why, while it was my family, it was also my livelihood. It was also pulling my head out of water and being able to not lose my home and everything that we had worked towards. I had gone through the repossessions. I had gone through the foreclosure notices. In fact, when I joined, guys, I got a letter that had a lien on my property because of how backed up my stuff had gotten. And I paid it off. I was able to pay it off almost immediately with Lavelle in the first month and a half, and I was working full time. So for the first 5 months of my Lavelle business, I was working full time as a nurse, and I had limited time that I could be on my phone, and I had to work around it, but I had big things that I needed to accomplish. So it let me not make excuses. And that's why I say your why has to be what drives you. For me, I recently have been trying to rediscover what my why was going to be, because what happens when you hit a certain place in your business and you're making, money, and you're like, okay, I'm one of those people that I truly do give a lot away. So I need to set a goal for what I want to do. So my thing is right now is making sure that my daughters have their colleges paid for, making sure that I am staying on top of my finances and so forth. And just recently, my husband and I were talking about, maybe we do want to buy a home somewhere else eventually that has a flat yard. Even though we just remodeled our back porch and it's beautiful. But I do want a flat yard. I live on a hill that's like this. No joke at all. Like this, guys. Like that. Like when you pull out of my road, your car drags. So you can't have a low car at all because it'll drag. It'll rip your car apart, actually, is what it will do. But okay, so anyways, my notes, back to the basics. We talked about that. The basics is, if you haven't watched your training, that's the first thing you need to do. Your accountability, get an accountability partner, somebody that is on this Zoom right now. Reach out to them. I don't know. Go in a team chat, go on a team page. Who wants an accountability partner? Don't team up with somebody that's not going to show up and hasn't posted since last month. Like, that's a waste of your time. Don't do that. Team up with somebody that you see is hauling ass and working their business and showing up for stuff. What's your why? And your why needs to be deep, guys. I said my why was my dad, my kids, and all of those things. And I need to start thinking about my why being preparing my children for a day that I'm no longer here, making sure that I have, like I said, those investments, their college paid for, that I have, um, funeral costs and wills and all of that stuff, that my business will be left to them. And I know this sounds gruesome, but it's real life stuff. Like, my dad died young. My grandfather died young. Like, I need to be on the ball with that kind of stuff. And it's stuff that maybe you're young and you're not thinking about it yet, or maybe it's something that you don't want to think about. But I can tell you, losing a father super young, and especially, like, I was a super big daddy's girl, is like, I my dad didn't have those things taken care of, and I'm totally okay and thankful, so blessed that I did have the money to pay for, his stuff, but that didn't come without a lot of stress and struggle, and my business crumbling and everything, the aftermath. Um, I don't want my kids to worry about that, guys. I don't want my kids to have to wonder, if they're going to have to sell their soul to be able to bury me or cremate me or whatever. Like, I want that to already be taken care of for them. So anyways, the biggest thing is always continue to learn and just show up. I don't care, guys, what has happened. Like, I mean, I do care. I didn't mean it like that. What I mean is I don't want you to allow what happened yesterday, the week before, that, last month, or anything like that to stop you from going to where you're going to go tomorrow, next month, 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. You have to decide that you're not going to allow anybody else to choose what your future is. You get the pen, and now you get the chance to write what you want to accomplish. And then you have to put those things into action. So as we start off this new week, I challenge all of you to put out there what your why is this week. Put out there the things that you want to accomplish. Put out there, maybe you want to go on a vacation with your kids because you've never gone. I never went on vacation when I was a kid, guys. I went one time. My dad did videos for the WVU football team that is here locally. And I went one time to to Jacksonville, Florida, to a bowl game. And other than that trip to that bowl game, and it was just for the bowl, and just, I can remember a couple sightseeing things, I never went on family vacations because my parents couldn't afford it. So maybe it's just going somewhere, taking your kids for a weekend and taking a trip, packing them up and going hiking or whatever. Maybe it's something as simple as you just, you don't have the gas money now or food or whatever. And that is your first goal, is to be able to take your family on a weekend getaway, or a trip to Disney World or whatever. And then put that into action. Do a dream board with your kids and your husband or your wife or your spouse or whatever. If you have student loans, set out a plan of how you're going to pay them off with this business. I can tell you, until you put those actions and link your goals and your why to an actual action of things that you have to accomplish in order to do that, then you're not going to accomplish those things. Okay. And today is a new day. Tomorrow is a new day. I hope that this Zoom helped somebody in some way, shape, or form. I hope it gave you some tips and some different ideas. I just start jabbing my jaw a lot. And sharing. Amanda said, I'm going to stop recording, but I'm going to read these things and I'll reply to them. But that way the recording isn't any longer than it already is.